Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is February 27th. It is Tuesday, 2024. It is 4:25 p.m. here in the Arizona desert. What is Bitcoin going to do now? Let's dive in and take a look. As always, BitcoinDailyView.com got more for you there. The market in general, as far as the big indexes like Dow, Nasdaq, S&P 500, really not much happened today. So not really worth mentioning, just kind of sideways. Looking at dollar strength index today, didn't really go anywhere. It hasn't gotten really above or below that 200 moving average on the daily yet. So we'll see what happens. I think it's kind of at a make or break moment. It's either going to continue upwards and just have given a bit back before it continues, or we're going to see maybe a downtrend. We'll see. Dollar strength index is uncertain, which of course creates uncertainty in the market. I think most people like to trade, regardless of what they trade, against either a upwards or downwards dollar strength index. And right now we've got a sideways one. Crude oil, gold, not much happened. Silver, not much happened. So really, in some ways, a flat day, but not for all things. That's for sure. If you're watching crypto, do note this: unreal last 24 hours, 14.4 billion in volume for Bitcoin. That's nuts, up 133% last 24 hours. So definitely stuff is happening in the crypto market. You can see right here on the hourly chart. I've been watching big buys come in, big sells happen. There's a big $1.7 million buy. These are longs and shorts. You see the liquidations here. This is an hourly chart. You can see the candles. Definitely, people are really trying to, long or short. I'm kind of seeing more short pressure, especially since it's time for a retrace, but people are trying really hard to catch it. So anyhow, be careful out there if you're using leverage. We are in an uncertain moment. It could go up, it could go down. So watch out. I mean, most people would say it's so extended, time to short, but I don't know. I'm not feeling too confident in long or short right now for Bitcoin. It's kind of got to show us what it's going to do next. One thing that I did notice today, finally, crypto's total market cap is back above 2 trillion for the first time in 2 years. That's amazing. I was looking at the Zero Hedge article. Big shorts, Bitcoin and black gold bid as yield curve bear steepens. I have no idea what this lady has to do with any of this, but she's very attractive. Durable goods definitely are down like 6%, I think. I'm not sure what the time frame on that was. So I think that's this year. Or anyway, sorry, I don't have the good numbers on that, but durable goods are definitely taking a bit of a hit, which does not show a lot for the market. What else do we have? Don't want to waste our time on this too much. It's a new thing out from it is from Bloomberg, but it was posted on Zero Hedge. So in general, I won't waste. Who cares? Let's just ignore that. Durable goods down 6%, and I forget the time frame, but that's not a wonderful thing for the economy. I saw it somewhere in that article. Looking at the longs versus shorts, where the big money is on Binance, 43% long, 56% short. I think eventually the shorts are going to make themselves happy. But right now, watching some order books on different exchanges, I'm seeing the shorts just try too hard. So be careful. Look at the volume here. This is spot trading volume last 7 days. You can see where when we had our run recently, it was insane. Now you can see it trending down. So the big exchanges, top 20 exchanges are mostly beginning to give some of that volume back, and that would make sense because ultimately there always comes a moment where everyone who's bought is going to buy, and then it retraces. And I think that looking at Bitcoin right now, 57,123, that is insane, which is just wonderful. And maybe we're going to hit an all-time high. Maybe we'll cruise right through it. I regret getting with the Bitcoin that I swing trade. I regret getting out because it certainly did not go the way I thought it was going to. So we'll see. Maybe we're going to go straight to an all-time high again and pass it. It very well could be. Unfortunately, my swing trade money will be on the side on that one. Dogecoin up 10%. I like seeing that. INJ, Injective, interesting project. That one's up like 9%. Gala, that's up 26%. It's definitely, and Theta is up 10%. I think that's on news. It's doing cool stuff. I think integrated with AI or something like that. I'm not so sure, but or some AI project doing something with it. But anyway, we're seeing wonderful stuff. XRP up 7.4%. I didn't swing that hodl out. And Ethereum is moving too, up about 2.4%. Looking at Bitcoin versus USD on Coinbase. If we look at this guy here, this is sorry, I'm on a laptop right now, so it's a little smaller than usual than I'd like it to be, but it's a 15-minute chart. You can see this explosion that we had recently, but we are beginning to see that arc of, what's probably going to happen, Most likely, I think we're going to see something like that. Let's hop into a 45-minute chart and see how does that play out? Yeah, like that. Let's see what happens. I mean, if I was to, sorry, I'm on this like small monitor, but that's the kind of trend I sort of expect to see eventually. Everyone who's bought is going to have bought, and then eventually the shorters are going to get their vengeance. So be careful. I'm chilling out right now. Like I say, I did not FOMO in when I saw it start moving. I'll wait for it to come back to me. Yeah, darn, I hate that indicator with a burning passion. My fib is up here. There you go, fib. Let's do a fib retracement on what we've got so far as a move. And see, look at that. I mean, this is like high octane speculation, but I'm just kind of feeling the vibes here on Bitcoin, because when something's extended like this, that's where I'm coming from. I think we'll probably see like a dot. I mean, this is way high octane speculation, but I just kind of drew that arc because it looked good on the 15-minute chart and kind of does here. You can take your pick of where you think might happen. If we see a retracement, we go straight to all-time highs, but 45-minute chart here, you can definitely see that the .382, the .5, .618, these are all possible retrace locations if it does do a retrace. And the 618 would be 53,525. That wouldn't be bad at all. The 45-minute 200 moving average is right there on the 786, 52,388. So we'll see. We may retrace. We may not. We shall see. Let's look at a 4-hour chart. Yeah, see, this is where you can see that fib sequence kind of sit pretty well for this recent pump. So we'll see what happens. It's all about, if you have interest in this, I will copy link, and I'll put this in the live chat here. That chart. All right. Just in case it tickles your fancy. So really, let's look at a daily chart and let's clear up some of this shenanigans I've got going here. Daily chart, you can see it's insane. It's moving pretty hard. We're the 200 moving average. That's really a beautiful thing to see. If I fire up CMACD, I'm sorry, I will save that with my indicator with this template. I really need to. The MACD is turning nice and positive. It's on the high side. It's not kind of on the, you kind of want it to make these, where you really see the big moves is when it makes a nice turn like that, where the MACD crosses a signal under the heartbeat, as I call it. When it crosses up at the top, that's not usually quite as powerful. We're definitely in a powerful time right now, so we're looking pretty darn positive. If I was to let's go to a 2-hour MACD. That tends to really show, I believe the 2-hour MACD, its attitude tends to show where the daily is going. And if you look at the 2-hour chart, you can see we're beginning to see that rollover. And along with that, what's the tangent of the MACD doing? It's towards the negative side. It's kind of heading towards that cross. The negative cross, the histogram is getting smaller. So I think the 2-hour MACD is kind of showing us where we're probably going. So I'm sort of expecting a bit of a retrace here. And what I might do also is, let's look with my fancy indicators here. Let's look at a 2-hour chart. That's actually very telling. I like what I'm seeing here. I mean, we're in the green. We're looking good. A 2-hour chart was a beautiful bounce off the 200 moving average. We'd been going sideways for a while. We hit that 200 moving average and boom, we took off. That's kind of a nice thing to see. That's always a nice thing to see. And if we look here, the squeeze indicator is still looking good. Directional index is beginning to trend towards the positive. ADX tangent is about to turn negative. We do have some volume, though. Look at that. We've got some volume. People are trying to push this thing around. And I think that if I was to, watch my longs and shorts here, I think definitely we are seeing, yeah, like that $5 million buy. We got people trying to push this thing around. We definitely do. So we're watching these shorts just get wrecked and the longs get wrecked. And just like I say, don't try too hard. We are in a crazy moment. Let it come to you. Myself, I missed this big pump. It sucks. That's only part of my hodl. Like part of my, I only swing some of my Bitcoin. And this would have been nice to get these gains, but that's fine. I'm in USD and I'm happy. I'm waiting for this thing to roll over. I have no great, incredible predictions as to what's going to happen. You know, a little while ago, I was thinking we'd see a retrace to like 47,000. A little alert set, but it did not go that way. It just took off. So that's what happens. Wait for Bitcoin to come to you, my friends, and it will. I think we're starting to see a retrace hop in here, and if you want to, buy that dip, let's see how substantial it is. I just don't know. We're going to see a little like kind of little dip, consolidation, and then continuation to all-time highs, or are we going to see some serious, Bart Simpson pattern, friggin' red candles, bam, let's let it show us what it's going to do, and we'll get in when the time when the moment is appropriate. I really don't feel right now confident to long or short. I'm going to let it show me what it wants to do. One thing I like about the Doge chart, this is a 15-minute chart. It's kind of nice the way it's put together. Something I like about the Doge chart is we're beginning to cool off right now, okay? But what I like is this is more of a sane run. Doge has done pretty well. I kind of like when I see alts like this. You can do like your parallel channel, and you can kind of say, okay, here's what Doge is doing. It's kind of rocking it like this, and you can just go, all right, well, let's see what we can do with this. That's a nice run. It's looking good. I'll wait for the. It's starting to retrace. I'll wait for this thing to come down to the bottom of this channel. Continue moving. Doge versus USDT on KuCoin is looking nice. I'd wait for it to chill a little bit, and then I'd hop in. How's it looking on the 4-hour chart? 4-hour chart is just psycho. It's looking great. Crazy volume, man. People were waiting for that thing. Where's the 200 moving average and all this? Yeah, we're still above it. How about the daily? Yeah, daily's above the 200 moving average. It's a rocket ship to Pluto. So we got to really see what this market's going to do. It's nuts. Here's what I kind of like is theta versus USDT on KuCoin. You can see it's given some back. And I kind of think this is the action that I think Bitcoin, honestly, is kind of headed towards. Bitcoin's going to kind of look like this. I don't want to be a doomsayer. I'm saying like you kind of go up, you go over, you kind of do a BART pattern, give some back, and look what it's doing in the 15 minutes. It wants to make contact with that 200 moving average before it moves back up. And I think if I was to look at like Bitcoin in that 15-minute chart, I kind of think we're looking at sort of the same thing. I think we're going to see high-octane speculation, of course, but a bit of a BART, a little bit of a BART give back, then kind of cruise along, hit that 200 moving average, and then probably have a nice continuation. We'll see how it looks on other time frames, but I think it's time for some get backs, in my opinion. So theta, let's clear this up. I like what I'm seeing here. Let me actually go here, clean that up. Make you a 314. So on the daily, theta versus USDT, 200 moved over to the 314 here in the daily. I like what I'm seeing. Beautiful move, beautiful bounce off that. My gosh, how do you play something this crazy? But you know what? I kind of like this chart because, I could sort of just do like this. I could, sorry, it's a little hard with this little monitor. I could kind of do like well, you kind of go like this, actually. Be a little bit creative here. But so, you had an upwards channel going, dropped out of it on the daily, hit the 314 and the 200 moving average are right there. And now, bam, blasted right above that channel. I wonder what we're going to see. I think here on theta, let's look at our look at the short-term indicators in a second. But it makes me wonder if we're going to see something like visit the bottom of this channel again and then continue, or are we going to see this break above as we're seeing and then make the top of this channel the new bottom, and then we'll see what happens. So I'm waiting. We'll see what Theta's going to do. I like it, and I forget the news is, but I think it's definitely pumping on because the market's pumping, but also on news. See on the 45-minute chart, it's definitely giving some back. I think we need to watch the squeeze indicator. Sorry about that. We need to watch the squeeze indicator roll back over towards the positive. Directional index is giving it back. ADX is only now beginning to move up a little bit. The volume is definitely tapered off. So I think that you can even be somewhat creative and like throw a nice little Fibonacci sequence in here. And you can see, okay, we didn't make the 382 for a bounce. Will we make the .5 for a bounce? The 618 golden pocket? Definitely, I think if the market stays hot, gonna see a lot of beautiful continuations to hop in on. Like I say, I think that I like this nice gradual cruise of Theta. I'm going to let this guy cool off a little bit. I think really Theta and Doge are two that I'm really looking at, especially Theta. Let this guy cool off before it starts running again. Let those indicators roll over. Bitcoin is a large sell. What it's going to do. Maybe we'll see all-time highs. Maybe we won't. Maybe it could just pump from here, you know. But I got a feeling we're probably going to see a retrace. So let's just keep an eye on that one. I'm on the sidelines. I'm watching, waiting to get in. This has been a wonderful experience. If you were in any alts that took off, I'm really glad. I like seeing Beam do well. That's a good coin, especially now that Monero is getting a lot of the evil eye. Other than that, that's about it. Let me check my little chats here. Anybody saying anything? Nope, we're good to go. Okay. Well, sorry, I thought it was kind of lengthy. That's what I got for you. We'll keep doing this every day if we can, and we will hop into some trades. Right now, I'm just watching Doge and Theta. That's kind of what I'm doing. Nice plays. I'm waiting for Bitcoin to roll over on this 15, on this 45. I think it probably will, and we'll just find a nice, probably a nice Fibonacci sequence moment to hop back in. 45-minute chart definitely shows we're going to probably roll over a little bit. So that's what I'm waiting for. But I ain't got the confidence to short, or long. I'm just going to see what happens. We're in see what happens mode. I will say that I do like if Bitcoin can kind of stay up here, even if it kind of comes down a little bit and then kind of goes sideways, that's fine. If we can just get some nice kind of a nice sideways range of sorts going, for like the rest of the week, that would be wonderful because that would give alts just a chance to just lose their friggin' minds. And that's definitely when you could get into some alt trades that could just make you, trade an alt against Bitcoin or alt against USDT could definitely get you further on your journey to where you want to be. Oh, Shiba Inu is 7.8%. You know what? I love my Doge, but I like SHIB better. Let's look at that SHIB USDT. Let's play that on KuCoin. Oh, I like this. This is nice on the 45-minute chart. See, it is beautiful run up, and then you're giving it back. Indicators are definitely cooling off. So what can we do with this? Let's fire up a fib sequence right here and look at it. Boom. Just kind of watch the indicators here on the 45-minute chart for them to give some back, begin to roll back up, and see which fib level is at when it does that. SHIB's a hot coin. I'm going to keep an eye on this one. I like it even better than Doge because I think it's actually got a lot more potential. It's what Doge will never be developed enough to ever be. It's kind of Doge point too, you might say. Anyway, guys and gals, that's it. I'm out of here. I'll be on as much as I can, like I always say, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.